Hello, it is Thursday. But before we get started, I would like to say happy birthday to absolutely nobody. There were no birthdays last week, but 2 weeks ago I did miss a very important birthday. So as a very special happy birthday to him, I will include some footage of him eating a banana and then splashing me. I do scream at the end, so that's some entertainment right there. So happy birthday, you know who you are. He actually runs his own collab channel. I should, put a link to that or something. Yeah, I'll do that. Anyway, this week is another one of our majestic advice weeks. That is Bill Clinton in the background playing a saxophone. We also put a very high-fashion hat on him, which you can't see from here, but it's really creepy. I obtained the hat. I don't really think it's a good look for me. I think Bill Clinton pulls it off way better. That didn't work, and I'm not going to try again. So this week's advice topic is about passing. You have no idea how badly right now. I just want to say that confidence is the only key to passing and that there's nothing else you need in the world. But I guarantee you that even if I had all the confidence in the world that I was like a lady today, if I walked down the street shirtless, I'm not going to pass as a woman. Although maybe I'm wrong, because really, gendering people makes absolutely no sense sometimes. No sense. For example, there was this one time years ago, this was before testosterone, before short hair, even before binding for me. I went to this Super Smash Brothers Brawl midnight release. The guy at the register, he was kind of old and he had glasses, but he wasn't that old and he wasn't blind. I got up to the front to get my game and he was like, "1 minute, sir," and he walked away and I was really confused and the people in line were kind of like staring at me like, why did that just happen? So I tried to accentuate my chest for when he came back so he wouldn't misgender me again. So he comes back and I'm kind of standing like this and he's like, "Here's your game, sir," and I'm just really confused and then I walk away and that's it. I used this duck puppet to act as boobs. My creative juices are flowing. Say no to the gender binary. What am I doing? And then there's this Chinese restaurant that my family always goes to, and the guy at the counter, the guy who runs the place, he has really poor English skills. And he refers to everyone as either boy or girl. No names, no sir, miss, madam, none of that. And usually we'd come in and he'd refer to my brother as boy and me as girl, and sometimes he would just give zero fucks. He would call my brother girl and he would call me boy, or he'd call us both girls or both boys. In fact, I think once I started becoming more androgynous, I'm pretty sure he started calling me boy or girl. Not as a question, he wasn't asking me, he was just saying, "Boy or girl, what would you like to drink?" But I went there yesterday and I think he's finally settled on boy for both of us. So if you want to pass 100%, wait, I should be holding the duck. He's important. If you want to pass 100%, you never will. You never ever will. You could have a beard, you could have a penis, you could walk naked down the street with a beard and a penis, and someone's gonna misgender you one day for absolutely no good reason, and it won't make any sense. So look at it like that. Look at it as a mistake that doesn't make any sense. It's not like it's up to them to decide whether you're a boy or a girl, and they know that, hopefully, unless they think that they're God or something. So if you correct them, they won't know why you're correcting them. All they know is that they picked a gender for you that was apparently wrong, you're correcting them. Usually they won't question it beyond that. So my #1 passing tip is to correct people, or a good way is to say something to imply that you're a guy or a girl, whatever you want to imply that you are, before they have a chance to gender you as anything. Chances are with people like us, they're looking for confirmation on a specific gender anyway. So if you're meeting a new group of people, before any of them have a chance to say anything about you, be like, "Oh, you know, I do this thing, I'm just that kind of guy," or girl. But I realize correcting people is kind of a tough thing to do, it's kind of awkward. Plus it's just so much easier if you don't have to worry about doing that. So here's some general passing tips that should help you pass the first time right off the bat. Everyone's going to tell you to cut your hair short, which probably helps. It probably isn't going to help you out any if you have super long hair that's all flowing and beautiful, as sexy as that may be. But don't buzz it, because if you are preety and you can still see your hairline, that will give you away. Every single time, right after getting my haircut, I wouldn't pass at all. And then as it would grow out and cover up my hairline, I'd start to pass all the time. Another thing, which is kind of hard to help if you've already done it, but I know to look older, sometimes people get tattoos or piercings. That's not the only reason they do it, obviously. But the thing is, if you look like a 12-year-old boy and you have a full sleeve and a septum piercing, people are going to not assume that you're a 12-year-old boy with all this fancy stuff. They're going to assume that you're older and that you're probably a girl. Don't look at cute animals, because that will make anyone sound like a girl. If you want to pass as a girl, look at cute animals. Like other people have said, sit with your legs wide open. I don't think packing is very important to passing because no one looks at your junk, but one thing to remember about sitting is that while no one's going to look directly at your junk, they need it to be a possibility. They need to be able to look at your junk if they want to. If an innocent pedestrian can't see your junk from a mile away when you're sitting, then you're sitting like a girl. I'm being really manly right now. This kind of hurts. Passing tips. See you next Thursday.